So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening in that clockwise order, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to this Thursday's sharing of Harmonize2Energize. My name is Terry Matthews, and it's been my pleasure and privilege to share aspects of JIN SHIN JYUTSU and other modalities with overriding connections for the past 5 or so years, I believe now. For those of you that are brand new, JIN SHIN JYUTSU is an art of harmonizing the life energy, or prana, or chi, as it's called in some cultures, as it moves through our body. Did I say body? Body. through certain pathways. Oh, I better make myself host, otherwise it's going to... Okay, good. What is going? Yeah, okay. Yeah. JIN SHIN JYUTSU is an art which harmonizes life energy, prana or chi, as it moves through pathways in the body. And these pathways move from the head to the toe, from the toe to the head, left and right in the arms, circulating in a spiral movement, but mostly perpendicular with some horizontal connections too. And as this energy circulates, it's adjusted in its movement and in its quality by what in JIN SHIN JYUTSU are known as safety energy locks. And they're like resistors in a circuit. They adjust the frequency and vibration of this life force as it moves congruently, hopefully, or not, through the body. And if it's moving in harmony, then generally speaking, we feel spiritually, mentally, and physically in balance. If it's out of harmony, then we feel out of balance. And it was Mary Burmeister who brought the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU to the West from Japan in the 40s, which she had learned from her master, Master Jiro Murai. And she said the major reason why energy goes out of harmony is because of our attitudes. And she talked about the components of attitudes: worry, fear, anger, sadness, and anxiety, or try to. So I think we can see in the world we live in, as life has become perhaps more complex, a lot of us have found ourselves experiencing more of those attitudes. And certainly, I'm very grateful that the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU is here for us to help us adjust those attitudes, to harmonize them, so they don't percolate through our everyday living and affect ourselves, our soul, mind, and body, and our immediate environment. And in our environment, we have fields of energy, electromagnetic fields, some would say. Let's just say there are these levels of energy, which in JIN SHIN JYUTSU are known as depths. And the two major components, you could say, of JIN SHIN JYUTSU are these depths and those safety energy locks we mentioned, because these depths are like levels of consciousness or our being, which contain, maintain, integrate, and interrelate all different frequencies and vibrations of energies, which are eventually move into our body, and which we can adjust with placing palms of our hands, back of our hands, thumbs, fingertips on these safety energy locks or adjusters of energy. So how have you all been? In 2024, the energy of the number 8, has been prevalent. How did I get there? Well, in numerology, the law of number, 20 and 24 add up, or break down to 8, number of 8. And in JIN SHIN JYUTSU, numbers are very important. There are 26 safety energy locks, and a 2 and a 6, by the way, adds 2 and 8. And these safety energy locks operate within those depths of energy that we talked about. So the number 8 represents the 8th depth, the 8th frequency and vibration of energy, and safety energy lock number 8, number 17, and number 26, because 1 and 7 is 8, and 2 and 6 is 8. And what that really means is these multiples are actually accentuating subtler vibrations of the initial 8 vibration. So as we develop and expand our consciousness, these subtler energies at different depths come into play, interrelate with each other. So there's a movement, if you like, from gross to subtle and from subtle to gross. In JIN SHIN, or from subtle to matter, from a different higher, if you like, I prefer subtler frequency, to a denser, more gross level of frequency. In JIN SHIN JYUTSU, Mary Burmeister taught that these 9 depths start at the 9th depth, which is space, nothing, or understood to be space and nothing, and emptiness, or in some traditions, the vacuum state. And as this energy moves, if you like, as it exhales, as it breathes, it denses down, it contracts into all the different depths. And the next depth down from 9th depth is 8th depth, then 7, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is the normal understanding of how energy moves from higher levels to lower levels, or from subtle to dense in JIN SHIN JYUTSU. But I don't know if any of you have noticed, but since 2017, there seems to be an ascension rather than a descension. If you look at or add up the numbers of 2017, what do you get? You get a 10, which is a 1. And then you go to 2018, you get an 11, which is a 2. And then 2019, you're going to get the 12, which is a 3. So since 2017, there's been a movement up. And you could, if you wanted to put it in the perspective of duality, say that that's the inhale aspect of JIN SHIN JYUTSU. We talk about exhaling and allowing the energy to dense down in JIN SHIN JYUTSU, and then inhaling to allow the energy to come up. So 2017, including the new year that's coming, 2025, are all, you could say, signaling an ascension of energy. And some people are talking about, many philosophers that I listen to at least, are talking about ascension, movement in their parlance from the 3rd dimension to the 5th dimension. 3 and a 5 is 8, just in case. So there is some movement which began in 2017, you could say, right the way through to now and beyond to the 9th depth. Oh, here goes AI. of energy ascending. And when we look at this, maybe we can understand a little easier why there appears to have been some chaos in the energy field. I reflected back in 2017, and maybe you want to just briefly, if you can, reflect back to 2017 and then do a little stairway, a little stepping, bit by bit through each year to where we are now, and see if you can remember any transformations that may have appeared unexpected, slightly chaotic, unusual, food for thought, different, any of those adjectives. Just pause for a minute, and as we pause, just breathe out. Just exhale. Just feel your energy moving down from your head all the way through your torso, through your hips, which incidentally are governed, at least at the pelvic level, by safety energy lock 8. And move all the way down to safety energy lock 7, which preceded 8 in the big toe, and then go all the way back from 7 through the hip line, back to your head, safety energy lock 4, the window that let in more light, and the year 2020, for those of you that are reflecting. So you don't have to share it right now, but just get a sense, get a feeling through that period, 9 years. Was there anything different in your life? I'm saying 9 years because I'm including 2025. Maybe it was what safety energy locks each represented, the 1, the 2, etc. Maybe that's what was happening during those years. It was a reflection of them, or a higher reflection of their meanings. Maybe here we are in 2024, and there was a sense that we moved into a rhythm and peace after moving through the previous 7. Rhythm, strength, and peace is how safety energy lock 8 is described. So bringing us into the moment right now in 2024, compress or contract from 2017 right up to 2024, and feel or see if you feel you are in a rhythm of peace and strength, a harmony of peace and strength, or not. Because either way, it's a collection of what went before, either this year or the previous 7 years. Perhaps. Are you all with me at this moment? Or have I digressed and strayed around and got a little creative? Is it all making some sense?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So as we breathe out and let go of what was and bring in what is, it doesn't mean we've forgotten what happened, unless we have. We may have accumulated through that period of time things that were really positive or things that were very challenging. But the whole journey really is to come back to oneness. So here we are, safety energy lock number 8, governing the pelvis on all the bones related to the pelvis. And that concentrated energy of 8th depth, where 9th depth has become focused, and some describe as the source of all sources. In some texts, in Genesis, it says, "In the beginning was the Word." Now, I think I mentioned this before. In JIN SHIN JYUTSU, the next depth down is 7th depth, which is light. In the beginning, though, was the Word. And the Word could be seen as Amen, Ament, or Om, A-U-M. And when you add up how A, U, and M can figure in the alphabet, guess what? They add up to 8. So that source of sources may actually be sound. And I actually had this discussion with two JIN SHIN Jyutsu teachers. And the first one said, yes, Terry, in the beginning was the Word, but at the beginning was nothing, which takes us to 9th depth. So we're in this interesting movement back to nothing. But before we get there, let's just consider where we've been this year and look at it from the perspective, perhaps, of the movement of the sound energy as it moves through its different frequencies and vibrations in our energy field. And did you know, maybe you did if you're a singer, one of the most powerful ways of getting your voice to open, expand, and interact is move your pelvis.
Oh, wow.
If you watch those rock singers, of course I do, you watch Robert Plant and all those singers, some of the female singers. I didn't notice Janis Joplin, who I liked, do that too much. But when they bring the energy up, ascending up the scale, up their spine, if you like, they do this. They kind of, there's a kind of push. They push down on their pelvis and they lean back. And as they lean back on that whole pelvic area in the groin area, it pushes the energy all the way up their spine and out of their mouth. Still with me? So next time you want to sing, really give it some welly from your pelvis. I mean, Elvis used to shake it all the time, didn't he? Or maybe he was moving that spiral, that 8th depth energy, that safety energy lock 8, to really open up his throat so that he could just give it
Wow.
all that movement, all that
Wow.
power, all that strength, all that source, that contracted 8th depth energy. So
Wow.
any of you who want to become a better singer or would like to learn to sing, open your pelvis. All right. It, you know,
Oh,
there's
thank
other.
you.
Hello? Someone say something? Oh, no,
I
maybe not.
just,
Anne, did you want to say something?
I'm just validating what you're saying. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So we are going to sing, but you know, it's going to be Om, but not quite yet. We're going to use that as the bridge to the 9th depth. We're going to Om ourselves home. Om is home, or could be, back home to the 9th depth, the no thing of the year 2025. But
Nice.
first, let us do some exercises a la, did I say Allah? That's another word for God in the Muslim tradition. And by the way, God adds up to 26 as well, which is also an 8. Before we do that, let's do the Jin Shin dance and have a look at out of the Creator through compassionate human, for anyone who's new. Let's have a look at the exercises that Mary Burmeister, brought to us in Self-Help Book 1 for Safety Energy Lock 8. And we can do them. And just to bring it into frequency of the 9th depth, which we're coming into, we're going to do 9 exhalation inhalations for the exercises. And in total, we'll do some exercises for the 9th depth, and in total they'll add up to 36. And Mary Burmeister taught the 36 breaths, and one of the ways she taught it was actually the movement from 8th depth through 7th, through 6th, to the 3rd depth. And that's a whole other story related to how 3rd depth is part of that movement of energy, actually the coccyx, which pushes up through the pelvis, up through the spine, and out. All right, so let me share the screen. If I've lost anybody, breathe out. Because I'm quite capable of losing people. Yeah. Can you see that in number 8, or shall I put it up as a slide on the slideshow? Can you see that okay?
It's okay. It's not that bad.
Let me do a slideshow then. Here we go. Better?
Mhm.
Yeah. Terry, remember what you're supposed to do. Oh dear. So here it is. And Mary B's quotations are on the left in the book. I alone impose limitations upon myself. I alone am responsible for my being. No focusing on disorders, simply focus on 0 to 26, or the oval, the answers to all disorders. Number 8, as I said, came into the universe meaning rhythm, strength, and peace. Helps assimilation, elimination, rectal, all functions in the pelvic girdle area, muscle tension, stress. And she goes on to talk about a simple way of holding the 8s. But you know, you could actually hold the 8s, for those of you that can find them underneath your knee or on the top of the fibula bone there. You can actually do that. But Mary didn't actually give it as specific self-helps. She gave these, maybe because she thought it was easier for people. I don't know. But certainly as you move up the body, as per the diagrams below, the 25s and the 2s, you're moving the energy further up from the 8 all the way up. And in the relationship of fingers, the number 8 safety energy lock is vibrating through the index fingers, left and right. So let us begin, and you can choose left or right. I would suggest, because we're moving towards space, number 9 in 2025, consider creating more space by exhaling, so hold your left index. However, if you feel empty enough already, you might want to expand the space, in which case hold the right. You want to bring more energy to that space. So I'm actually gonna hold my left index finger. And folks, you can hold the whole finger like that, or you can explore tip, middle, base of the finger, because they all represent the subdivision of the body from soul, mind, and physical body. If any one of those segments are tender, that's a good way of noting the energy might need moving along in that area in your body. So choose left or right, top, middle, or bottom segment, or the whole lot, the whole finger, yeah, the whole enchilada. Drop your shoulders. Bow your head slightly. As you bow your head, you let more energy in through safety engine lock 4, the window. Relax. Breathe out. Allow the energy to move down the front of your body, all the way through the hip and pelvis to the big toe, and then receive the energy from the earth up from the big toe all the way through the pelvis up to the head. And that represents one breath. And we're going to do it 8 more times. Here we go. And you're receiving the breath, or you're receiving energy. And at this level, just allow. Do not try. Just allow. The energy is there. We block it with our thoughts, words, and deeds. Just allow. And as you finish that first exhalation, inhalation, you can pause, create a space, because it's in the space where the transformation happens. So a little pause, then exhale again. Drop the shoulders, go through the hip line to the feet. Anyone who finds exhaling difficult, you can pull in your abdominal muscles. That will push the energy down. As you suck in your abdomen, it'll force the breath to go down. So you can do that. And then inhale. Pause. And pausing is dropping you into the 9th depth. The no thing, the space. 3rd exhalation, inhalation. Here you go. Pause, notice how you feel. Notice where in your body you might be feeling it. If you're me, you're going to be moving your shoulders a little bit. Don't be trapped into thinking just because you're holding your finger, your safety engine lock 8, you can't move your body. Yes, you can. Get the pelvis moving. Move your body a little bit. Might need it. And then the 4th exhalation, inhalation. And as you finish the inhalation at the pause, think about the message of safety energy lock 8. Rhythm, strength, and peace. Maybe you want to create an affirmation. I am in rhythm. I am with strength and peace. I am with rhythm, strength, and peace. I am rhythm, strength, and peace in action. Breathe out. And as you receive the breath on the inhalation, if you've got an affirmation, this is when you drop it into the energy field on the inhalation. Sixth, exhalation, inhalation. By the way, if you're slower or faster than me, that's fine. Just do it in your own time. And please make sure you're muted. Come to the pause, then exhale, seventh breath. Really, as you're exhaling, feel that connection as the energy moves down through the whole body, the pelvis to the feet. Feel your connection with the ground beneath. Feel rooted on this plane, on this planet. Because during times of chaos, we need to feel as grounded as we can. And like the seed as it sprouts into the stem of a plant, we're pushing through during these times of unrest or chaos to create a new vision for the new. I am with rhythm, strength, and peace. So don't worry, first depth, about what appears to be chaotic. It's part of natural law. Eighth, exhalation, inhalation. Pause. And ninth. Notice any changes since the first exhalation, inhalation. And at that ninth frequency, see how you feel. Maybe more spacious, maybe more expanded. Maybe your mind's going a bit crazy. Don't worry. Yeah, whoever that is, could you exhale yourself? Sorry, could you mute yourself? Same difference. Yeah. All right, the second set of 9 exhalations and inhalations, you have a choice. Have a quick look at the diagram. You can hold your sit bones, buttocks, or the top of your hip line there, the twos. So safety engine lock 25 or 2, either one. It's going to help the pelvis. It's going to help the eights. Whichever's comfortable. You can actually sit on your hands, sit on the palms of your hands. That will activate the 25s. That's what I'm going to do. Exhale. Drop shoulders. Smile. What a concept. Just allow. Receive the breath on the inhalation. It's cosmic purified energy you're receiving. Or light. It's purifying all the centers of the spine. All the way up to C1 and to the fours. Pause. Second breath. Exhale. Receive the breath. No forcing, no trying to. Just allow. Third exhale. Oh, pause. Notice. Observe, witness. Then third breath. Exhale. Inhale. Receiving the breath. Cosmic purified energy. Pause. Exhale. Off. Onto the pause. Exhale. Fifth breath. Naturally receive. Or notice, if you can, how are your pelvic area, or your eights, how are they feeling right now? And then sixth breath, exhale. Inhale. Pause. Seventh breath. Letting that energy spiral down, head to toe, skin to bone. And maybe at this seventh breath, it's lighter. Maybe it's light. Maybe you can see light. Inhale. Pause. Eighth breath. 8 also represents as above, so below. How are you feeling above and below the waist? Is that energy getting down there through to the pelvis or not? To the feet? And inhale. Ninth breath. Pause first. Observe. And ninth exhalation. Inhale. And pause. And this is where we hum or sing a little bit, because we're now moving from that eighth frequency and vibration, safety energy lock 8. Hopefully all your pelvises are releasing, moving more smoothly, more in rhythm. There's more strength there and there's peace in your heart. The 8s allow the 13s to descend. So hopefully you feel some peace. 8 is in second depth, which is also about rhythm, awareness, consciousness. So AUM, the sound, the word, in the beginning, we'll say at the 8th depth, the concentration of energy in JIN SHIN JYUTSU terms, was the word. AUM, AMEN, AMENT, adds up to 8. Well, certain configurations of certainly AUM does. And so as we breathe out, relax, feel the pelvic area, breathe in, and chant, Om. You may find it easy, those of you that are not singers, pull in again your abdominal muscles. And you can do this silently, you don't have to do it out loud. We can do it 3 times, 1 for the A, 1 for the U, and 1 for the M. Here's the U. Breathe out. Breathe in. Final chant for the M. Breathe out. Feel those pelvic muscles, pelvic bones, feel the connection there from the heart to the pelvis. Finally, exhale, inhale. And the letters all blend into so you might want to hum it. Anyone that's familiar with harmonics, that practice can help you connect to the harmonic, the higher level of each of those letters. Just like that. Notice how you feel. Because we've now arrived into a prequel to 2025, a few days before it arrives, but the energy is already coming in. The number 9. What does Mary say there? I am the past, I am the present, I am the future. I am. Know myself, it is, yes. I wonder if 6 turned out to be 9. 9 is a higher level of the oneness vibration of the main central, at one level. Anyway, it came into the universe meaning the end of a cycle is the beginning of another. Well, yes. We're ending the cycle, 2017, arguably through 2024, and we're coming in to the seed of a fresh beginning, the basis of a foundation. Helps chest congestion, good. Good. Because we need to keep our hearts open. Back, hip, foot, regeneration energies. We need to feel regenerated. Because in the new year, we don't know, unless we've been reading our astrology and getting some ideas, or we're highly clairvoyant, intuitive. We don't know. We probably don't know exactly what's going to come to pass. So what are our intentions for the 2025 year, end of the cycle, beginning of a new, the seed of something new? You can think of that yourself. Who am I going to be? Who am I learning, growing to become? Which is that 9th depth. How much space and expansion am I allowing myself in my soul, mind, and body to become the best that I can be in this new cycle of energy, which may be within the 5th dimension. And the number 5, of course, is the number of man and the number of erase all your fears. So in the 5th dimension, we're looking perhaps to erase all our fears and accept what is, be in the presence of the new cycle, and just allow. Because as it comes and becomes, we then make choices within that. We discern through thoughts, words, and deeds. But don't we want to be the highest, most harmonious qualities at the beginning? In the beginning, at 8, we know we are the source. But at the beginning, we're the no thing. We're bringing together everything. It's no thing, it's everything. It's not one, it's the many. And we choose from that soup or from that ocean how expansive, like the ocean, we want to be. So, how does Mary show us to do self-help? Oh, we went backwards. She shows us first by holding our thumb left or right, and then the 19s. And for those of you that are not familiar, here we are in the elbow. The 19 to open the 9 is the thumb line 19 between the tendons there, okay? So we're just going to do another 18 breaths to complete our 36, which is, as I said, a 9. Choose your left or your right thumb, hold all of it, segment it. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Let the energy move all the way through the body, through the hips, through the pelvis, to the feet, through all the safety energy locks that descend, and then inhale naturally through all the safety energy locks that ascend. Nine is in second depth, so think about rhythm there as well. Second breath of second depth, 9. Exhale. Inhale naturally. 9 the thumb represents harmonizing the attitude of worry, so don't worry. What will be, will be. Our job is just to bring a quality of harmony to whatever comes. That's our job, I believe. Doesn't mean to say we won't get into an attitude now and again. We're not meant to be perfect. We're meant to be working toward harmony, I believe. Third breath. And on the inhale of this third breath, let's bring in that affirmation, if we had one. Whatever it is for the new cycle. I am new. I am the new me. Fourth exhalation. I'm not forgetting the pause. I'm just allowing you to pause at your own time. And as you affirm, feel that resonance from your heart, from within the energy field of the heart. Fifth exhalation, inhalation. Erase all those fears. Heart and kidney sit together on the pathways here at the 13 level. Be discerning, but do your best not to be overwhelmed by fear. Some people don't like change. Sorry, change is a law of the universe. Sixth exhalation, inhalation. Find the balance. 6, balance. 7, 8, back to the source. 9, back to the eternal now. What is contains the past, the present, and the future. The I am. I am this, that. Thou art this, that. We are everything, as well as no thing. The nothingness contains everything. The vacuum. Okay, if you can stay, I always put the timer now, 15 minutes more. If you can stay for the last 9, it'd be good. Jumper cable your 19s, one at a time in that tendon, thumb line, or both together. And 19s are at that horizontal contour with the 9s on the body, because holding the 9s can be tricky. If you can, they're at the base of the shoulder blade between the 7th and 8th thoracic vertebrae. Breathing out. Remember, the 19 is that position to give you the authority of who you be, who you are. You're standing or sitting in your authority. You're authorizing yourself, your soul, to become what it's always wanted to be. Second breath. What has your soul always wanted to be? The leader. Soul has always wanted to lead you. Lead you back to harmony, to oneness. Feel your connection with your feet. Third exhalation, inhalation. 9s govern the feet through the movement of the kidney, liver, spleen, through the digestive area. And 9s govern 14s and 23s. Fourth breath. Fifth breath. Sixth. 7th, eight, and 9. End of the cycle, beginning of the new. In your authority and power is where I believe we need to be, so that we can stand amidst the crashing of change, breaking worlds, the way energy in the Shiva sense destroys. Rama, Vishnu, and Shiva, the 3 letters of Om, to bring forth the new. And let's consider making a conscious choice about what we want in 2025. How are you all feeling at 2 minutes past 1? I apologize if it was a little rushed there near the end. I'm so used to doing these breathing cycles myself. It becomes a little timeless. How was that for anyone? Please do share. You can share anything from 2017 onwards, right up to date, or you can just stay with the present time, or forever hold your peace. Whatever you wish. Monica, hi.
Hi. Last night, I ended up with a sharp pain in my right foot.
Oh,
And I never had anything like that before in my life. And I was going through some JIN SHIN JYUTSU stuff, and I was holding my 14s, not knowing, not relating it to anything what you said. And by this morning, I was good.
yeah. Yeah, the 9s interface with the
The
14.
14s, right. And it's difficult to reach the 9s.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so actually, folks, thank you for that, Monica. If you're holding a 19 to help a 9, you can also hold an opposite 14.
Actually, I was holding the 19s, not the 14s, the 19s.
Oh, what? When you had that pain in the foot?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was holding
perfect.
the 19, not the 14s.
And you can hold the opposite 14.
Right,
Yeah.
that's for the diaphragm.
And at another level, 9 helps release the kidney, which is one of the regeneration flows of the feet anyway. And sometimes sharp pain in the feet comes from kidney 1, the ball of the foot. I don't know if that was the case with you, or maybe the heel sometimes.
It was in the 6th area, 6 and
There you go, 6, where, yeah, kidney 1 goes straight through the 6. Interesting. It might be a kidney energy balancing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, could be. Yeah. Well, thank you, Monica.
Why not?
Anybody else would like to say anything, share anything? Anne, do you want to unmute yourself? Yeah.
After we held the 8s and then the 25s for me, and then you were talking about the Om part, and I it was, you know, the experience of physically seeing, feeling that sound move through my body was really quite interesting, much deeper than just singing, but it just really sort of like moved through my whole body in almost like I felt like an organ, you know, I mean, like the, you know, the instrument and
Sure.
organ. It was just really sort of deep and all enveloping in my body.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good feedback. Folks, Mary did talk about music, not necessarily in the way I did there with the ohm, but she did relate the safety energy locks to different notes. I chose to go there for eighth depth because of my, sorry, for ninth depth, the movement from eighth depth to ninth depth because of my discussions with a couple of JIN SHIN JYUTSU teachers, but I'm glad it was helpful to you, Anne. You know, I did learn the technique of doing the harmonics of the notes, which I kind of did there. And the A and the U just all become one with eventually. It's almost like that. They call at one level, I've heard it said, that the ohm is like the bee of the universe, the humming bee. It is like when it's contracted. When it's expanded, it's the three, I think it's described as the three gunas or the three gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. When it's expanded, you're going to get the whole enchilada. But, you know, I don't know, Waltraud, Rieger Krauser, and Birgitta Meinhardt were the two instructors that I was talking to about it. I would like to invite Waltraud to come on. We never got further than her saying, yeah, I think eighth depth could be sound. Yeah, I think you could be onto something there. And it was Birgitta who said to me, yes, Terry, in the beginning was the word, but at the beginning was the no thing, which is the ninth depth. So maybe I could even call out, I should say, Birgitta, who hasn't been teaching for quite a while, but she's delightful. Be lovely to see if she would come on. Anyway, I digress. Anybody else want to share something? How do you all feel collectively? Give me a
Good. Good, good, good.
and you know, there's nothing wrong with being authentic. If it's a, it's a, if it's a, it's a, if it's a, it's a, you know, whatever it is, it is. Because I don't know about you, but one of the lessons I feel I'm learning and what I see the world may be learning is the discernment to become really authentic. What do we really value? Because we may see all the chaos around us, but what are we authenticating about that in ourselves? Where have we been chaotic and not reached harmony? Where have we not been authentic? Where have we allowed, just allow, but where have we allowed disharmony and not harmony? I hear someone saying, but that's a judgment, isn't it? Well, yes, we live in duality. And so, yes, there is an up and a down and a left and a right. And we feel when things are out of whack or out of sync. We aim to go to the harmony so that the disharmony joins us. The more of us that go to the one, the more likely it is those disharmony, fractious parts of the duality come together with the oneness. Have you noticed sometimes when you've done your self-help in a room where people might be arguing that the energy changes? And there's a calm and there's a peace. We can do this stuff. You know, it's easy. It's easy. Mary and Jiro gave us easy stuff. If you can do it in groups, it can be more powerful. the 100th monkey effect. That's why we do it in a group here. You know. So anyway, thank you, all of you. It's always a pleasure to be with you. Next year, there are some changes coming up. For a while, at least, I've mentioned this to at least one or two other people. I'm hearing things about the next few months, and my life is variously changing as well. For the foreseeable future, I don't know how long, I'll just be doing Harmonize2Energize once a month. It'll be the last Thursday. And the last Sunday, Nancy joins that. I'll be continuing with my friend from the Unity Church doing the fill meditation, which is the peace, harmony, integrity, and love meditation. Some of you said you were interested, and I sent you the information. If you still haven't got that info or you'd like to find out, just email me, Harmonize2Energize, H2Energize@gmail.com, and I can connect you with the Zoom call for that, the last Sunday of the month, Arizona time. I will be organizing for Susie Pletner's next online 5-day class, for those of you that want to do an online 5-day class. It's coming up in March, and I will be the main organizer for that. You can go on to, well, in fact, the only organizer, you can go on to JSMB's site and sign up there. They've worked it now so that you can get a discounted rate like we used to do in JIN SHIN JYUTSU Inc. if you are a reviewer. So you can get a review rate. You can do part 1 and or part 2 or both. Coming up even before that, I've been invited to join Kelly Mount, who's doing a journaling course for the first Thursday of the month for 6 months. Have you all heard about that?
No.
Yeah, she's, I might have, let me share again. I might have that information. Oh yeah, here's Susie's class, basic seminar. That's JIN SHIN JYUTSU spiritmindbody.com is what you would look. That's Susie's with all the information there. Click on the link and you'll get all the information. And then Kelly's class, the journaling journey, 8:30 a.m. EST, again with 3 months online replay. 6 sessions starting January the 2nd. And enrollment is open through January 22nd. And it's a guided JIN SHIN JYUTSU self-help adventure through the movement of the seasons of life or the transformation of the pulses through the depths. And we're going to meet and we're going to be experiencing the depths and asking ourselves questions. Obviously, who am I? Why am I here? What is my function? How useful is that for 2025? And Kelly will offer a guided breath meditation. And she says, I invite you to select your own journal that has a significance to you that you will write your reflections in. And it seems to last for an hour. So that's something that some of you might be interested in too, and I'm certainly going to join that. Oh, well, we're 1:15. I better stop the recording.